But next, Barclays Premier League leaders Manchester United. They were up against in-form Sunderland and they were watched at Old Trafford by Jonathan Pearce.
As speculation hardens about a New Year Old Trafford takeover by Qatar royalty, the omens are good for Manchester United. They're only the 7th team to reach Christmas unbeaten in the history of top-flight football. Only one has failed to go on to lift the title. But Sir Alex Ferguson is still demanding fewer mistakes and a long winning run, starting against his old captain Steve Bruce, whose own good spell is endangered by injuries. Unbeaten here against Sunderland since 1968, United make 2 changes. Fletcher fell ill over Christmas, Nani is injured, Berbatov and Giggs come in. Sunderland, who according to Sir Alex gave United their toughest game this season in the 0-0 draw in October, are without 6 key men injured or banned. Al-Mohammadi, Malbronk, Riveros and Zenden come in. Untried youngsters Adams, Cook and Reed are on the bench. They're unbeaten against the top 5 this season. They'll do well to maintain that record here today.
Zenden up towards Bent, off Rio Ferdinand. Henderson tried to slip it into the gap to find Gian. And now Giggs, hesitancy at the back for Sunderland. It's Ryan Giggs. Rooney in towards Berbatov, big chance! 1-0. Manchester United lead inside 5 minutes. From the minute Ryan Giggs picked up the ball, Sunderland looked in trouble. Sunderland stood off him, slipped it to Rooney. Great awareness, lovely delivery, firm header, 1-0. All of a sudden, you look at Sunderland's patched-up team and you wonder how tough this afternoon could get for them. Raphael was determined, Malbronk hooked his foot in, now Giggs quickly back to Carrick. He's rediscovering his best form too for Manchester United. Giggs floating, Giggs shimmering, Rooney sparkling. It would have been beautiful. Really looks in the mood today. Giggs, look at the balance. Didn't look up, disguised the ambition. Very close, Wayne Rooney. That's a fine ball. Berbatov's off here and Sunderland are struggling again. Rooney's in the middle. Will Berbatov need him? Off the post! It's all a little bit last ditch for Sunderland. Anderson with the vision. Lovely pass, slid up alongside the centre half. And Berbatov needed no asking. Bang! Had a crack at goal. He of all people knows the importance of keeping Manchester United at bay in the early stages of a game at Old Trafford. You can't judge his team on what we've seen here so far. Too many players out. Manchester United with another diagonal ball, trying to bisect the Sunderland centre-backs. An unaccustomed pairing with more regular players out injured. Here's Anderson, Al-Mohammadi and Anua. No Turner, no Mensah, no Bramble, though he did have a fitness test before the game. Here's Anderson looking for Berbatov. Back to Anderson again. They've hit the woodwork once more. Inside the first quarter of an hour, the game could and should have already been beyond Sunderland. Playing well, Anderson, in the early exchanges. Bent it beautifully. Alex Ferguson linked in the papers today with a summer move for Pepe Reina. Reportedly he'll have a £50 million transfer war chest. Will that increase if the Qatar International Holdings Company takes over Manchester United? Speculation does seem to be hardening. Giggs, again, Al-Mohammadi was a little bit hesitant. Giggs, Berbatov, took the touch, side netting. It would have been extraordinarily difficult to convert with his first touch. Could he have struck the ball there? Or it would have been immensely difficult. Rooney. They're attacking Sunderland at will. It's come to Giggs! Manchester United have served up a Boxing Day sumptuous feast here. They could have had 4. That's a lovely ball away to Berbatov. Couldn't control it with his first touch. Rooney's in the middle, Giggs, Anderson joining in. Park, far side of the box, but the pass was asking a lot of Everett. That's a powder puff challenge. Everett into the box. Luckily for Sunderland, the recovering challenge was made by Al Mohammadi. His first tackle was too weak. Retrieved the situation just, but Manchester United have a corner. Here comes Vidic. Straight at Gordon. Defenders just did enough, though. He got across them. Steve Bruce getting more animated. Man who won titles and cups at Manchester United Cup Winners' Cup as well. Rooney. Anderson through to Rooney. Tight angle that. Berbatov was better placed and gets it now from the Brazilian. Dimitar Berbatov. It's deflected. 2-0 Manchester United. And Berbatov gets them both. He'll certainly claim that one. 12 minutes into the second half. Gordon a beaten man. From this angle, see the deflection off Ferdinand. Cruel on Gordon. Goes down as a Berbatov goal though. Off his backside. Federico Kiko Makeda picks it up. Rooney. A couple of seasons ago now that Makeda exploded on the scene with a match winner here against Aston Villa later on, and then another goal against Sunderland. Here's Berbatov, edges it back. Gibson went to place it. Good movement again by Manchester United. Easy save for Gordon in the end. Aaron Bent nearly won it. Here's Gibson. Allowed the time and room to bring in Rooney. It was a fine pass. Rooney against Al Mohammadi. In towards Makeda, facing away from goal. Bartley's header. Gibson. Berbatov hasn't scored since his hat-trick against Blackburn. He has 2 today. He's looking for another hat-trick. He's played just the 1 game in the 3 matches that have been played since the Blackburn game. Manchester United using him sensibly. He looks razor sharp. Makeda, a little bit too artful there. Mohammadi has to check back because he knew Gian is down inside the box and standing offside. Zenden goes for goal, testing out his old Dutch teammate. And that's Sunderland's first effort on target with 12 minutes to go. If you're wondering why we haven't shown much of Sunderland in the highlights, that was it.
You have to say they were very, very impressive in the first half, and we were chasing shadows for long periods.
We're obviously pleased where we are, top of the league, and that's where we want to be and that's where we want to stay. But we also realise there's tough games coming up. You know, we've got a tough game against Birmingham, always difficult place to go, St Andrews. So we're still aware that we need to carry on producing performances like we did today.
Something of a walk in the park, really, Mark. And it seems to me, I don't know about you, but United seem to be creeping towards their best form.
They're creeping towards their best form, I think, historically as well, from sort of January through to May is when they really kick in.
Premier League beware.
Exactly, and I think that, you know, the public perception would be they haven't really played that well and still unbeaten. But today, against a seriously weakened Sunderland team, they were absolutely rampant. I mean, we've put a clock on this because this is the number of chances they made in the first 20 minutes of this game, and some of the football at times was absolutely breathtaking. That was almost sort of Cantona-ish. Remember the goal he scored at Old Trafford at that end. The passing, the movement, the appreciation of the pass, the movement off the ball. This time it's Berbatov. Keeper doesn't know absolutely anything about it. But it's just when they're in this mood, they are almost unplayable. Suddenly Anderson's come from nowhere again. He signed a new contract, got over his injury problems. He suddenly looks a player. Gibson was in today as well, Carrick as well. And, you know, all of a sudden, all the players are starting to play extremely well. And we've spoken before as well about this. They play on here, Berbatov it is. But every one of those players at the moment looks like they're playing for a position in the team. But I will maintain that, you know, a Manchester United team with Berbatov and Rooney in it, Ferdinand and Vidic at the back, will be very, very difficult to unhinge. Again, I mean, this is Rooney this time playing people through into Giggs, and yet another save. That was 20 minutes. And although at 1-0 you kind of think that Sunderland might have a chance, they were never seriously in it today.
Are we looking at a period of Manchester domination?
Probably.
1 and 2 in the league?
Well, I think that also for me, the last time that Chelsea and Abramovich messed around a little bit at Stamford Bridge, United won it 3 years running, didn't they?
They did, and by you saying that they're just eating form is absolutely spot on, because I've watched them a few times this year, United, and they've just been like, you just want them to be a bit better, and today they were just outstanding.
Not lost a game.
No.